Hello, everyone. Satsang Astrology here to speak about the Sagittarius full moon happening on May 31st, 2026. And that's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius, the sign of the adventure, the expansion, and exploration. Especially exploration of knowledge, of a higher understanding, and cultures, especially spiritual understanding of our cosmos. So the full moon will be conjunct and parallel to Antares. So I always explain that when we say a planet is conjunct a fixed star, it also needs to be very close by declination, at least the same 2 or 1.5 or 2.5 degrees, depending on the brightness of the star. For Antares, we can give it 2.5 degrees. But in the same way that it needs to be conjunct within 2 degrees orb, the longitude, the planets also needs to be close by declination. So we talked in a previous video that, for example, recently there was something conjunct Algol, I think Uranus or Venus and Uranus conjunct Algol. However, Algol was at 48 degrees declination south. So Venus and Uranus couldn't even see that star because it was so far apart by declination that the conjunction by longitude was not happening at all. But in this case, we have the full moon having a conjunction by longitude and by declination at the same time. And let me tell you, because the moon is out of bounds at 26 degrees 50 minutes. And the fixed star Antares is also by declination at 26 degrees 26 minutes south. Both the moon and Antares are in declination south at the exact same degree. So, and they will be conjunct by longitude because the star Antares is around 10 degrees of Sagittarius, or less, a little less than 10 degrees. So we will have the full light of the sun projecting over to the moon and the light of the moon on top of Antares. So this is very rare and very, I would say, eventful full moon, given that there is so much light with this full moon. And certainly there could be revelations of truth, something that is so bright that we cannot deny. So a truth that will be even completely transformed our beliefs, Sagittarius, because it will be such a fundamental truth that we will be even overwhelmed by the light that is shining. So Antares is it's a star that it is in the constellation of Scorpio. I will show you later a picture But the astrological meaning of Antares says that is related to public affairs, popularity, and change of opinions, and especially discovery of truth, great powers and honor, wealth, and riches. However, these benefits are not lasting. So there is a danger of violence and enmity. And it has been said, according to the website Astrology King, where he has a full collection of all the fixed stars and their meanings according to different ancient astrologers and astronomers. It has been said that Antares, quote, demands we take a stand for our truth against the established conditions of our personal lives and against the established order or authority directing our lives when those conditions and that authority are no longer in our best interest nor supporting or our evolutionary freedom. So there is an opposition to the fixed star Aldebaran, which is in the constellation of Taurus, on the head of the Taurus, in the tropical sign of Gemini, where the sun is. However, even though the sun is by longitude conjunct Aldebaran, Aldebaran has declination of 17 degrees north. And I will show you in the chart the sun declination. So this is a fabulous picture from Fred Espenak, and you can find it in astropixels.com. Okay, so Venus is out of bounds still, and it will be up until the 8th of June. Here are the dates from May 5th to June 8th. And when Venus is out of bounds, everything that she represents, love, social life, and social relations, and interpersonal relations, and even finances, resources, and the money. Those themes are also out of bounds, meaning that there are strange behaviors or exceptional characteristics, exceptional happenings regarding those themes. So this may mean, of course, she rules both Taurus and Libra. This may mean problems with resources, issues about art, creativity, issues about peace and social exchanges and social events, and also issues regarding money that are not normal. There are unusual events. So here is the description for an out-of-bound Venus in the natal chart. And this gives you an idea about her unusual behavior when she's out of bounds. Okay, so coincidentally, not only the moon and Venus are out of bounds, but Mercury is as well. So Mercury is also traveling fast. So Mercury is the ruler of the sun in this full moon. So it plays a certain role and is out of bounds from May 22nd to the 14th of June. And we obviously, if we discover new truths, there will be a lot of news and to divulge those truths. A lot of communications are out of bounds, right? Out of normal communications like news, emails, and internet activity, a lot of activity in social media, people expressing their opinions and such, and in a level that we haven't seen yet. So Mercury is out of bounds, as I said, for about a month or so, and we already have experienced this overflow of news and learning. We are learning things that are so out of the norm, right? But at the same time, there could be misinformation, misunderstanding, strange relation of ideas, and difficulty understanding what is going on and what people are saying. So there also, Mercury is the trickster, so we can fall for tricks and scams, so be careful. And there could be a lot of lies as well that they seem to be real, but so we will analyze the chart. Again, the moon is out of bounds now from May the 30th to June the 4th. And with the moon out of bounds, we can expect more weather disturbances. The hurricane season has already started in the northern hemisphere, and it's been announced already that it's going to be out of the norm. So the storms could be bigger, more catastrophic, and bringing a lot more water. It's probably going to be more floodings and such. So that's not the only thing the out-of-bound moon makes, but it raises the tides and extreme tides in the sea. And the emotional, personal level, it could be reactions, public reactions that could be damaging, emotional delusions and emotional swings, and also a lot of going against the norms and some ideas that could be fanaticism in cultural ideology, and also warnings against dangers. So here we have the start of the cycle, the moon cycle. Just I always want to remind you that those moon events are not isolated, and they are part of the synodic cycle with the sun, of course. So we need to take into account that the new moon was in the sign ruling resources, money, banks, everything that we need in order to sustain life on Earth. And also is the sign associated more with nature, with the earth, the resources the earth can give us. And it was with the moon and Venus out of bounds. Now we have already passed the waxing square where we got Mercury out of bounds with Venus. And we had the sun with Uranus in parallel, the same, almost same declination. So, and this is very important because we have seen erratic authority figures with erratic behavior and unexpected decisions coming and going. You know, Uranus is the electrical planet that it is, it's not. It, one day is here, the next day is not there. So, and this is what we have seen. And the conjunction also, Sun Uranus, resonates with this conjunction that the President of the United States has in his own chart. So I guess that this has affected him very much mentally and in the communications. So as you probably have noticed, in the morning he says white, and in the evening he says black or green or red. And the next day he says yellow in the morning and red or blue in the evening. So this is the kind of erratic things that Uranus are associated with. So next, now we have the full moon chart here, and you can see the outer bound moon, Mercury, and Venus, right? Mercury and Venus are parallel, and they are contra-parallel the moon. So the other parallel that is important is Jupiter with the sun. And again, parallels means that things is like a conjunction, but is even stronger than a longitudinal conjunction. So that's why I keep repeating that we need to consider the declination in order to really understand what is going on. Now, the declination of the sun is 2156 north. And as I said, the star, which is conjunct with the sun at 9:55, is Aldebaran. Aldebaran has a 17-degree declination north. So it is pretty far from the declination point of view to be actually conjunct, right? So it is probably not even seen due to the light of the sun. Okay. So Aldebaran and Antares are both alpha stars, or the brightest stars on the sky. And in their respective constellation, as I said, Aldebaran in the constellation of Taurus, the sign of Gemini, and Antares in the constellation of Scorpio, the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so directly opposite Antares in the sidereal center of Taurus is Aldebaran and the eye of the bull. The Aldebaran-Antares axis is indicative of political systems, their people, and their opposing politics. I'm quoting Mr. Nick Anthony Fiorenza, who published The Lunar Planet. So Aldebaran holds and radiates vision for ideal physical logistics for authorities to put in place so as to aid the peoples of the earth through evolutionary process and transition. Antares ensures that the current and accepted approaches and visions do not become static or antiquated. Antares ensures growth, evolution, and change. If the scorpion meets those bull-headed and struck in their antiquated modality of life, the scorpion's sting is not far off. Hence, its classical association with rebellious and destructive forces. Antares keeps the vision of Aldebaran up to date by challenging authoritarian powers. When there are rebellious or terrorizing forces assaulting the established order, this reflects the need to realize that the established order is no longer supporting in ways truly nourishing to the needs of the people and requires some type of reform that, if denied, may result in some level of otherwise unneeded destruction. And he continues, again, I'm reading this quote from The Lunar Planet from Nick Anthony Fiorenza. Quote, from an embracing transcendent perspective, Antares is the administrative seat directing the education of the incarnate souls regarding application of raw creative power. Antares oversees and stimulates the use of raw creative forces and use of power so that we can learn what is required for our true incarnational freedom and to become responsible creators of it. Antares is not a negative force or evil star, nor does it harbor any negative extraterrestrial faction, as is sometimes erroneously believed. Okay, so here we have a very archetypal event that is so representative of the moment, the historical moment we are living through. This quote is found in a link that I will put in the description below, so you can go and take a look at it and read it for yourself. This full moon in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And if you take a look here, the moon is in the decan of Sagittarius, within the sign of Sagittarius, and it's also in the Egyptian term of Jupiter as well. See? And Jupiter in Cancer is in the Egyptian term of Jupiter in the Pisces decan of Cancer, of the sign of Cancer. So this archetype of Jupiter gives, let me see, we are sharing. Yeah, we're sharing. Okay, I was scared. So what is representing this Jupiter archetype is the global reach of this truth that we are supposed to be uncover or discover or expose with this full moon. Remember that the moon is even adding her little humble light of a satellite of the earth with Antares one of the biggest stars on the sky. So there is a magnificent light put or shone on on the truth, on this revelation, on this something that is now so big, so bright that we cannot deny. As I said, this is a full moon that would ask us to take a stand for our truth against the established conditions that we are suffering in our personal lives. So this is a full moon of courage, of exploration, of eureka moments where we all of a sudden understand something that is so obvious, so evident, so clear, that we cannot not do something about it. Jupiter, it has a mutual reception with the moon here. So because Jupiter is placed on the moon's house or moon sign of Cancer, and the moon is in Jupiter's sign. So there is a mutual relationship, like helping each other, like for example, when you go and stay at your friend's house, and you let your friend, that same friend, live in your house, right? And you both will take care of their house, their respective houses, because obviously there is something due to each other. So if you don't take care of your friend's house, he might not be taking care of your house, right? So there is a mutual collaboration or cooperation. So this means that they are in agreement, they are in tandem, they are working together. And what happens when the moon and Jupiter work together? Well, there is expansion of light, as I said, expansion of knowledge, of understanding, of also of the look for the search for comfort, for a place that we can call home, for example. So this feeling that we need to be comforted, that we need some kind of protection or shelter or place where we can call home and we can be safe. And this may refer to even other cultures, other countries, other peoples who are now suffering because they are not receiving, they are not having what they need in order to live day by day, right? And this is very well represented by the energy shortage due to the conflict in the Middle East, where the oil tankers are barred from moving, and countries in the Big South, like they call it, or the poor countries, or those countries in development, they are now struggling very much. There is, I don't remember exactly what. In Singapore, I think they don't have any more oil. They don't have any way to transport. So For example, since there's no energy, their transportation cannot work anymore. So no cars can be in the streets, no public transportation either. So if you have a bike, well, you can manage. But it's going to be affecting first the poorest of the poor, and then gradually, if this conflict doesn't is not resolved, it will gradually be worse even for the highly developed countries. For example, in the United States, I heard this interview from Nate Higgins to an expert of the oil industry called Art Berman. He's an expert that knows every detail um, in the industry and transportation of oil and commerce and or oil. And it's called the YouTube video is called "The Last Oil Tanker from the Strait of Hormuz Has Arrived. Now what?" So Art Berman, Berman. So you can listen to this expert that explains very clearly and very accessible to anyone to understand why, if this conflict continues, then it will affect even the countries that have oil. For example, he was telling that in California, if you're in California, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but he told that the gas is $6 a gallon at the pump. So that's outrageously expensive. So, and that will be a chain, because transportation of goods will be more expensive, and then when you go to the store and you buy your things, that will be more expensive, and you have less money. And I mean, this will be building and building and building for months, because even if the conflict ends now, so we may have several months of scarcity. So I encourage you to watch that video, because I couldn't explain it better with all the small pieces that are in play. So I think it's important for us to know what is coming in just a month or two. Okay, so there are those kinds of truth that we cannot deny, and we cannot not do something about it. Okay, so we need to take our authority back, and put the cards on the table and say, well, enough is enough. We are the people, and we have needs, right? A roof over our heads, food on the table, and the ability to send the kids to school, because if we don't have oil, then, or is so expensive, we cannot send kids to school, we cannot travel to work, or we cannot do our job, and so many implications. So this is one of the things that I wanted to share about this full moon. Remember that the quarter square will be in Pisces, which implies global implication, and it will also be, let me see, it will be at this is the waxing square that, okay, here I took the picture from the Astrology King website from Antares. Here is called the heart of the scorpion. So in looking at this picture, I told myself, what a good imaginations the ancients have to imagine a scorpion just with these little dots, right? Because I would never have imagined a scorpion with all of those dots. Anyways, it's very interesting. But I wanted to share with you so you know where Antares is. But this is the waning square at 17 degrees of Pisces, and that will be okay, that will be in the Egyptian term of Mercury, and the second decan of Pisces, which is Cancer. So this may mean communications regarding maybe staying home, who knows? Because, or news about the need to be home, right? Because we may not be able to travel. But certainly, according to this expert, the summer will be kind of a homecation, a home vacation, if unless someone is has all the resources they need to pay such expensive airplane tickets and vacations and stays, hotels and all that, because prices will go up, obviously. So if you are so blessed, please think of sharing with people who are in need at least some of your resources. Even if it is a little, it can go a long way. So the chart has Mercury at 24 degrees 55 declination, and let's see, Venus is conjunct or parallel to the Sun. Venus is parallel to the Sun, and Pluto is contra-parallel to the Sun. Let's see, Venus is plus, the Sun is plus, 23, 2316 and 2251, the Sun. So Venus and the Sun are parallel, and the Sun will be contra-parallel Pluto. Both, actually, Venus will be contra-parallel Pluto. What does this mean? Well, this means that resources, Venus, money, things may go more expensive, right? Because of Pluto, the power of the money, and Pluto is contra-parallel the Sun, which may indicate that some powers that be may oppose the authorities. And Pluto is in Aquarius, the sign of the people. So maybe the people will be opposing the authorities. Certainly, many people do not agree with the authorities are doing. There is a sector that does agree, but is apparently a minority, and even less and less as the time goes on. So as I said, this is important to take a look at these aspects by declination, because they tell us a lot about what is going on behind the chart, behind the scene that is visible there. So take a look here. We have the Sun and Venus together, parallel, and both contra-parallel Pluto, because Pluto is south and they are north, and Mercury is out of bounds. Okay, so let's go back to the full moon chart and look at other things. So Mercury, the ruler of the sun, the ruler of this sun's full moon, is at the end of Gemini. So there is an urgency. There is something that we need to leave behind. Some ideas, some data that were probably wrong, we need to leave behind. We need to, by realizing the truth, we will leave behind some knowledge that was wrong. And is ruling the sun, as I said, it is in the Egyptian term of Saturn. What does that mean? That Mercury, the communications, the ideas, the things that we are learning are very serious and have long-term implications. We need to, and that will also ask us to discern, to have the ability to critically think about the things that we are hearing, that we are reading, that we are following in social media and such. Okay, what else I wanted to say? Well, the sun is also imbued of the energy of Uranus, even though there are 7 degrees orb or a little bit more. But this sun representing the authority is still erratic, and they may do unexpected things. They might surprise us even more. So be careful. And Venus is already past, is separating from a square to Saturn, indicating actually that there are problems with money, there are problems with resources, and are affecting our homes, our families, and the safety and the security that we need. That's what Cancer represents. Okay. So I think that's all that we can say about the chart. I think I'm gonna also make another video talking about the square between Uranus and the nodes, because it's already building. It will happen June the 12th. It will be together with the new moon. When is the new moon? I don't have it here, but it's approximately mid-month. If it is not on the 12th, let me see, I have the calendar here. So the new moon is on the 14th. So this new moon will be again charged with this Uranus square the nodes. So at the bends, it's called the let's see, the north bend, when Uranus is going from the north node to the south node, so it's in the north part. So then, in fact, both the Sun and Uranus are have the Sun has squared the nodes as well. So there is it implies a change of direction or a challenge, square, right? A challenge to choose between two decisions, between two choosing one thing or the other, right? In this case, is choosing the Virgo side. You look at the zodiacal house that you have there, and choosing between the Virgo and the Pisces side of the life of your life. And the fulcrum will be in Gemini. So look at the sign of Gemini, where you will have to make a decision. This is not something that you can leave for next year, for next month. No, it's going to be mid-June. You will have to make a decision, choosing one way or the other. Okay, so this is very summarized what it means, but I think I'm gonna do another video or talk about it when I talk about the new moon, and it will make more sense. Okay, so I really appreciate your visiting, and I hope this was useful to you, and you subscribe to my channel and visit my blog satsangatastrology.blogspot.com. You can learn, you can study with me, and you can also have a private consultation through Zoom, where I can read the chart in order to answer any question that you may have. You only have to email me at this email on the screen, and all the other information is in the description box below the video. Okay, where it says more, you click on more and it opens. Okay, thank you very much for visiting, and I'll see you next time.